And there we go. We are live. Oh, hi, everybody. Yeah, Kendra says, meeting Sharon and Darren, much love from Chicago, the Windy City. Howdy, howdy. Well, hello, everyone. And I know we have folks that tune in from all over. And definitely tonight, we want to say some prayers for everyone who is in South Texas and Mexico. And I think there's even a few folks like on the Facebook group that are from maybe some of the Caribbean islands. But, there's a hurricane that just came through there and is going to be hitting Mexico and possibly, South. It's looking more likely that South Texas is going to be involved in this. So we want to say some prayers for them.
And for just everybody that's been impacted in this in any way. We are hurricane veterans ourselves.
Yeah.
This is not an academic issue for us.
Right.
Even all the way up here in Shreveport, Louisiana, we had one of the things that I never thought we would have, especially because I am from South Louisiana.
Yeah, where you guys are.
We get hurricanes all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But in North Louisiana, for North Louisiana to actually have a hurricane and not the tropical remnants of a hurricane is amazing.
Yeah, we had that happen in 2020.
Yeah, North Louisiana had its first and only Category 1 hurricane ever.
Yeah. Well, although I think it's worth pointing out, though, that we can also have storm systems come through that are equivalent in force.
Yeah, it's a Cat 1 or Cat 2.
Yeah, because we had that, when we lost power and we didn't get to do broadcast last summer, that was because the storm that came through was equivalent to a Cat 1. So, so we understand, and that's what this is all about. It's about empathy. You know what it is to be there and to know that, there but for the grace of the gods go I.
Yeah.
And so that's why, we want to extend our, love and support and our prayers. And we're going to light our candle for Mahes, and ask that he protect everyone who's, involved in that and throughout the summer, because, there will be others. So,
and I want to say this, it's our hope that we grow so we can offer more than prayers.
Yeah. Yeah. But, from humble beginnings. So tonight, of course, we're honoring the feast of Anubis Upon His Mountain. And, Tepi Juef, is one of his titles. Well, that actually...
What does that title mean?
I was actually about to explain. And shout out to Mrs. Jackal, who referred to me an article talking about this. That there's actually a specific place in the city of Abydos, which is the sacred city of Osiris. Well, there's a mountain there, and they think that's the mountain that is referred to for Anubis. That's Anubis's mountain. And so, he upon his mountain, that's a mountain in the sacred city of Osiris that, is a sacred place of Anubis. And so, that's what, that particular aspect, that's what we're honoring. And I have to say, and whenever I put these live streams up, I'll put like a little bit of description and kind of tease a couple of questions, so that things that you can learn if you're not already familiar with it when you join us for broadcast. And I mentioned that, and also why you shouldn't be afraid of a Feast of Anubis, because I mentioned to some of the local pagans here many years ago, there's a Feast of Anubis on around July 4th, and oh my God, they were afraid of that. I don't know if I want to be a part of that, because they're thinking Anubis is god of death, and it's like, no, that's not how it works. That's not how any of this works, And Anubis is not a god of death, and he's actually very friendly and very understanding if you let him be.
Yeah.
So.
Of course, Sharon knows it's going to happen if I ever get to meet him. He's a big black dog. What am I going to do?
Oh, you're going to come here, good boy. Who's your good boy? Yeah.
Because I love dogs.
Yeah, well,
Cats too,
careful. He might want to sniff your crotch.
Would not be the first time.
So, all right. Okay, yes. Yes, and Set is also a god of storms, and we could also ask for him to help Mahes kind of came up. He became more prominent later in their history, and was specifically invoked to protect against storms. So that's kind of I've got like a couple of candles for him. So anytime there's bad weather, we do that. But we could also involve Set and ask him, hey, give us a hand with this. Yes, and yes, it's also a new moon. And Kristen says, hopefully it rains over here. Yes, and that's what I'm hoping for, is that the hurricane barrel, weakens and doesn't, regenerate very much and brings a lot of rain, because I know the areas that they're talking about it hitting are that they need rain.
They're desperate.
Yeah, so it could potentially help them. Just you can have too much of a good thing.
Yeah,
so,
but I just want them to have plenty of drinking water again.
Yes. So
because they deserve to have more than Coca-Cola over there, really.
Yeah. So that's what we're doing. So and in 1 week we will be starting Holy Week. Basically, it'll be the last day of the liturgical year, and then we go through the days on the year. And just to kind of give you a heads up, we're going to pre-tape for Friday the 19th, because we'll have been going like through the whole week. And so, I definitely need a break for that. So we'll have something pre-taped to air on, at the same time. And I'm being lobbied to do that for the next week, but we'll talk about that, I guess, and see if we need to take a little bit more of a break. But that's going to be coming later on. So. Oh, and I see a super sticker already with a cute little. Oh goodness, what is that? Oh, cute little puppy. I love it.
Thank you, guys. We need all of those we can get.
Thank you so much. And hi, Lakshmi.
Because we really need help with the electric bill.
Pain star, needing all and popping in a tad late. Actually, you're fine.
You're right on time.
Yeah, I had an eventful day. Well,
I hope it was good.
Yeah, and you know what? If not, then hopefully we can give it a nice cap.
Yeah.
So, because I know there's some folks that tune into this before they go to bed, and so hopefully we give you, something nice and relaxing and comforting, and a good thing to go to sleep on. These cool waters upon my hands, and they purify me. Stephanute purifies me. Hail unto you, Chidu. We come unto you without falsehood and without evil. Our purity is upon our hands. Our purity is within our hearts. And we cast out all evil that pertains to us. We are pure. We are pure. We are pure. We are pure.
For those of you who are disappointed that the water didn't take my breath away, let that be proof of just how warm it's been.
Yeah, it's been really warm in here.
Listen, even with AC, the coldest we can manage to get the house is 75, 76 degrees.
Well, a little below that. We're at 74 right now, but that's because it's raining outside.
It rained.
Yeah, it's been really stuffy.
But with no rain, we have real problems because it gets to be 77, 78 degrees in here.
That's Fahrenheit.
Yes, that's with the air conditionings. That's with central AC, too many units, and a hell of a lot of fans. So we need all the help we can get because it keeps the AC going and it keeps the electricity going too. So thank you.
But, so I'm gonna have to kind of shield our candles as we light them because the cross currents are pretty strong. And by the way, if anything gets to where there's like a lot of noise in the background or something, just tell me so I can make adjustments as needed. So. Come in peace, bright eye of Horus. Come in peace. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus shines like Ra in the twin horizons, and evil hides in fear of it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus destroys the enemies of Ra in all of their abodes, till none remain. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus comes to the four corners of the world. To everyone who is tuning in with us now, who will be joining us in the future, and who has been with us in the past. This eye of Horus comes, and we are purified with it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
We'll light our candle. There we go. For Mama Sekhmet, she may bring peace and healing to those who need it. Said fans trying to blow out the one. There we go. And for Mahas, that he may protect everyone who's in the path of weather. And Mafdet, that she may protect us from evil. She protects Ra. By the way, I love that sticker there. Thank you, Creature of Legend. Love you, love you. Quick, get the ice, we'll do it again.
We can get the what?
So the cool waters aren't working. Quick, let's get the ice and do it again.
If y'all want that, there better be some more super stickers coming.
Oh, well, we got some really nice ones there. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
So I don't know, maybe we should get the ice.
I'll do it if it means that much to them. Because I love you guys. I'll torture myself for you guys. You're making me be very Christian.
Oh, hush, Darren. No, I was going to say, just think of it as an ice bucket challenge. Egyptian style. You arise in the Akhet as Kefri, O Ra, spreading your light upon the earth. You set in peace in the mountains of Manu as a tomb, bringing your light to Duat. Shine upon earth as you do in heaven and Duat. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who came from Nun at the first time, for such is your uniqueness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Hu at your left side, for such are the words you commanded. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Sia at your right side, for such is your great wisdom. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, whose Hika goes before you, for such is your ability. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who rules with Ma'at upon your brow, for such is your righteousness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, and hail and praise unto you, O Anubis, he upon his mountain. Hail and praise unto you, O Unechidu, you lords of love and lords of life. Grant us life, well-being, and health. May our eyes perceive your goodness, and our hearts receive your wisdom. May you shine upon us as you traverse the sky, that we may bring to you Ma'at, cast out as Fet. And may you guard us from the evil one through the dark hours of the night, your protection being before us, and your strength being within us. Take these. Okay. The cool waters, which are the inundation, that they may cool your hearts. Oh, you know what you do. These waters are the eye of Horus. Your hearts may be refreshed. Milk. Milk, may you taste it in your shrine. May your hearts be refreshed with it. We bring you this milk from the great flood. Oh, you know true. That you may be purified with it. We give you incense. We give you incense, great purity. This incense is the eye of Horus, and its fragrance comes to you. It cleanses you, it adorns you, it takes its place upon your hands. This incense is the eye of Horus, and its fragrance comes to you. Take this, your bread on which gods live. This bread is the eye of Horus, so you're not sure. Lift it to your faces and be at peace with it. Yes, and I had to keep company away from this bread because it's some blueberry bread that I made earlier in the week, and we had a little bit of it, and it was delicious. And they wanted more, and I'm like, no, guys, I have to save some for Friday.
Yeah, and I helped guard it, and I'll tell you what, that was the toughest assignment of the week for me because it is amazing, y'all. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, especially like from the center of the loaf and everything. So yeah, it's they get the good stuff. Gardens prosper and Hapi rejoices, overflowing with his meal. We fill the eye of Horus for you with wine, O Ra. Anapu, O Yunachiru. Drink and be pure. The doors of heaven and the doors of earth are open with libations for you within this house. May your faces be refreshed with your libations, your wine, and your water. Pure, pure is Ra Huarketi within his house. Pure, pure is Anapu upon his mountain, Lord of the sacred land, within his house. Pure are the cause of all of these gods, with this good myrrh that is given. Jehuti proclaims it. It is written in his house of sacred words. Hapi gives in abundance. thousands of offerings, all things good and pure, for Ra Horaketi, for Anapu, in every place that their immortal cause dwell. Come to your body, O Ra Horaketi. Come to your body, O Anapu, upon his mountain. Come to your body, Zoya Nochiru, and come to your invocation. Come unto us, your servants, who are mindful of your feasts and your offerings. Bring your power, your hika, your honor, and your ba to these your offerings, and partake of them. Come, O people, raise these offerings before the faces of these gods. Lift the offerings before Ra, before Anapu. All life comes from them. All health comes from them. All stability comes from them. All good fortune comes from them, as it has since the first time. O Ra Horaketi, and your son, the Osir Nisu Ra. Your foes retreat from you. Horus turns himself to his eye. Turn yourselves to these, your offerings, and receive them from our hands. And from the table of the gods to the table of the blessed dead. We light this candle, that it may be the eye of Horus that lights their way in Duat. And we pour these cool waters from the table of Osiris, that their hearts may be refreshed. Horekeru, Zachenket, Kakao Abdus, Nutrimerhat, Kutnibet, Nofret Wabet, Alket Nutrim, and Cowan Aku Kunibu, Macheru Nibu, Kiran Nutra. A voice offering, bread and beer, 1,000 of beef and fowl, incense, oils, and all good and pure things on which a God lives, for the cause of all of these blessed dead, all true of voice before the great God. And now we come unto you, O Ra, as Chaiti comes, your hands joined under Ma'at. Ma'at has come to be with you in every place where you are. An offering of Ma'at is made unto you, that your heart may be pleased and your Ka shall live. Truly, your Enid has Ma'at, for they know you live in her. The Enid says unto you, your word is law, eternally. This fed is cast out by your word. Rejoicing is yours every day. Ma'at has taken her place in your shrine. And may we always act with gentility and compassion, for such is the first Ma'at. May we always offer charity and hospitality, for such is the second Ma'at. May we always respect consent and fidelity, for such is the third Ma'at. May we always avoid violence and promote wellness, for such is the fourth Ma'at. May we always speak words of truth, for such is the fifth Ma'at. May we always promote the public good, for such is the sixth Ma'at. May we always act humbly and with temperance, such as the seventh Ma'at. May we always honor our gods and respect others, for such as the eighth Ma'at. May we uphold Ma'at like Jehuti. We may witness Ra's perfection every day. Okay. Okay, Lunar says, hi, I met this guy who was so sweet. We're taking our time. Gonna get a fortune cookie regarding that. Okay. You know how to do the little icon? As soon as we read for Anubis, we can pull that for you. Yeah, and I know there's a major heat wave, and I was reading about that earlier. Well, with spring for us, and so good to hear that you guys are getting some rain, Lakshmi. Oh man, saying that there's local markets like for vegetables and stuff, but in the rainy season they tend to jack up the prices and say, oh well, it's been raining, we don't have as much, And so yeah, hate it when they do, things like that. It's kind of like over here. If there's a hurricane coming, gas prices tend to spike. Just
right.
So.
That's another message for another time. But,
yeah, but
I have thoughts.
Yeah. And I'm of the belief that if you get people around the world to talk about the things that are relevant and that are going on in their world, we all find out that we have more in common than we don't.
Right.
So the things that are problems in one area are their problem. The same problem, just different dressing in another one. And so that's why it's good to be able to come together and, realize that, we have so much in common. I was trying to put together something new for Anapu. And, of course, I had company over all week, so that really wasn't something I was able to do. But I'll read. This is actually something that's from a spell. From the London Leiden Papyrus, and it's meant for curing a scorpion sting, but it involves Anubis and Isis. And it starts with a story. It says, I am the king's son, eldest and firstborn, Anapu. My mother Aset came from me into the land of Syria, into the hill of the land of Heh. And she said, haste, haste, quick, quick, my child, king's son, eldest and firstborn, Anapu. Arise and come to Egypt, for your father Osir is king of Egypt. He is ruler over this whole land. All of the gods of Egypt have gathered to receive the crown from his hand. The moment of saying thus, she brought me a blow. My tail did fall upon me, gathered and came in with sting. I sat down and I wept. Aset, my mother, sat before me and said to me, do not weep, my child, king's son, eldest and firstborn, Anapu. Lick with your tongue upon your heart, repeating as far as the wound's edges. Swallow what you lick up, do not spit on the ground, for your tongue is the tongue of Ptah, your tongue is the tongue of Atum. And so then it gives instructions on how to address, the sting, and it involves soaking a strip of linen with an oil, and you recite over the oil this prayer of Aset's. Aset sat, and Aset lamented to the true oil. I will praise you, O oil, I will praise you. You will be praised by Amun-Ra. You will be applauded by myself. I will praise you eternally, O true oil, sweat of Ra, amulet of Geb. O true oil, O drop of rain which comes from the manjek bark at dawn. You shall heal like the morning dew that forms on every tree. You shall heal the limbs and give remedy to the living. For I shall use you on the sting of the king's son, eldest and firstborn, Anapu, my child. Will you not make it well? For I shall use you on the sting of and this would be where you would invoke someone who had gotten a scorpion sting. And she says, "Will you not make it well?" And so this was a healing remedy that involves Isis curing not Horus in this case, but Anubis. But it just goes to show that she took him in as her own and loved on him as much as she loved on Anubis, or as on Horus. And that's not in any of my books, but if you go and you look up the London papyrus, it's somewhere in there.
In some ways, it reminded me of the putting the spell on the cat.
Yeah, it's got a lot of things in common with that. There's certain elements of healing magic that are very similar across scenarios. But and so of course our shorter hymn to Anubis. Hail and praise Anupu, great God upon your mountain, master of secrets in Duat, ruler of the west, fair son of Osiris, great physician who heals. Your seal is our protection. Crown prince of the Aeneid, keen-faced among the gods. You stand at Osiris' side. You serve the blessed dead. They live because of you. Okay. We have gotten a couple of requests for cookies already. So I'm going to start with one for everyone. Say again?
I would like one too.
Alrighty. Okay, so Ashley, just going to please tell you some. Yes, that's a good disclaimer. Thank you, Sarcastic. Don't use this on real scorpion bites unless you're actually going to get some medical attention along with it. Yes.
That's the thing with the Egyptian magic. It's meant to support whatever you're actually doing for the healing too.
Yeah. Okay, so Lunar, I know you'd asked for one. Let's try to make sure that. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, let's start with the one for everybody. Now, remember, last week ours was intelligence is the door to freedom, and alert attention is the mother of intelligence. So that was a message to, be alert and pay attention to things. Well, let's see what Anupu has for us. So this is for everyone. Silence is the great teacher, and to learn its lessons, you must pay attention to it. We have a building theme here about alertness and intelligence is the door to freedom, and then silence is the great teacher. To learn its lessons, you must pay attention to it.
Cue Simon and Garfunkel.
Actually, no. I was thinking "Enjoy the Silence" by Depeche Mode. But.
That was my track too.
Okay. And then if you want to get really obscure, there's a track by Enigma called "Silence Must Be Heard."
Yes.
So. Alrighty, we've got lots of cookies. So, and Solom's son, I was thinking of you because you're probably watching Barrel's track just like like us. And Luca says that's so Anupu. Miriam and I have a running joke about him telling us to be quiet.
it helps things.
Oh goodness, and Lakshmi, yeah, make sure that yeah, definitely take care of yourself and drink plenty of water. Because she was saying that she had forgotten to stay hydrated and it had heat stroke twice. Oh goodness, yeah, take care of yourself.
Yeah, that's not good, you know.
Yeah, when we want you to be well.
Yes.
So okay, uh, there's a point where I'm going to have to kind of pause the chat so I can go through the cookies. I know that Lunar had asked for one, didn't do the little icon, but I'll pick up with them and then Ashley, and then go down from there.
Right.
So and we'll get yours
Last.
probably okay. So this one's for Lunar, who met somebody and wants to know if there's any advice for that.
You want to know if that's some serious moonlight?
And Lunar, it says, a bargain is not a bargain unless you can use the product.
Now, apply this to your relationship. It's got to be even. It's got to be both. And anybody can be great for 6 months, a year. Make sure there's something to bring to the table, even when times are bad. From both sides.
There you go. But Lunar, a bargain is not a bargain unless you can use the product.
Yes.
Yes. Why save money on something you won't use?
Yes.
Okay.
And if you don't understand the reference to Serious Moonlight, Let's Dance by David Bowie, go listen.
Huh? I'd have to go listen to that one. But, wait. No, I think I've heard it. It's just I don't know the words that you're talking about. But anyway, so Ashley Spradley from Anafu. See, there are a lot of things. If I haven't listened to it on headphones or something, I don't know what the words are. But anyway, Ashley Spradley. If you wait too long for the perfect moment will pass you by. So if you wait too long for the perfect moment will pass you by. And the sense that I'm getting is don't think that, oh, it's got to be just right. No, even if it seems like maybe not, just get brave enough to go for it. And then as you go along, you'll realize, oh, I did it at the perfect time, whatever it is. So now Thralo, and then Kendra is going to want advice from Neptus, from Nebita. So let's get Thralo. Thralo, you are the good cookie, because you got the empty one. But just remember what our Fortune for Everyone says. Silence is the great teacher, and to hear its lessons, you must pay attention to. So I think that's what they want you to focus on. Okay, and so Kendra asking Nebatot. And I actually do have a plaque of Nebatot, back here. It's just she's behind Aset and Ishtar, so I think she kind of likes, working behind the scenes. But we'll be honoring her front and center pretty soon. And Kendra, her message for you. Mighty forces will come to your aid. Kendra, mighty forces will come to your aid. So don't sweat it. You've got some folks in your corner. All right, so Kristen Rebase and then PESA from Renatit. Alrighty. But Kristen. Oh, you got 2. Kristen, you got voicemail. Now I get this one open. All right, here's the first one. Sitting towards the east may bring you good fortune. And it's funny, earlier in the year, there were messages about sitting to the south, but this time, sitting towards the east may bring you good fortune. But there's one more here. If you look in the right places, you can find some good offerings. Kristen, you got an interesting message here. Sitting towards the east may bring you good fortune. If you look in the right places, you can find some good offerings.
Looking toward the east is usually looking at the beginning. Looking for things coming.
Yeah, but also I get the sense that that's, you'll know the place when you find it. You'll probably remember that and be like, oh, okay, and that's their way of telling you, hey, there's something I want you to see. I'm trying to bring your attention to it right over here. So okay, so PESA from Renatit. Renatit, protectress of the grain, protectress of the storehouse. And she says, the time is right to make new friends. So PESA, the time is right to make new friends. Okay. Try to catch up a little bit here. Okay, Luca from Anapu, and then Lakshmi from Anapu Level. Okay. Oh, that's funny. Faint Star is saying, well, awkward silence has plagued my day with my family. Then we get the fortune about, paying attention to the silence.
There's a real lesson in there. Wow.
Yeah.
You need to sit and think about that one for a minute because I see it.
Huh.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay, where was I? Yeah, it's Luca and then Lakshmi. So I'm asking Anapu. There we go. So first for Luca. Wow, Luca. Be bold, brave, and forthright. And the bold, the brave, and forthright will gather round you.
Amen.
But Luca, let me read that one more time. Be bold, brave, and forthright. And the bold, the brave, and the forthright will gather around you.
You know, there is a continuing message here. And, think about the silences
Mm-hmm.
and all the silences with the family. And we have heard this message in our culture before.
What?
It's just, it came from Master Yoda.
What?
When Luke asked, how am I to know the good side from the bad?
When
You will know.
Yeah.
When you are calm. At
peace.
Passive.
Yeah.
Give yourself room enough to think without an expectation. You'll find your answers.
Okay, now for Lakshmi, and she's asking from Anapu and Wekawet. Wow. Lakshmi, life moves on, whether we act as cowards or heroes. And to read it one more time, life moves on, whether we act as cowards or heroes.
Now, the importance here cannot be understated. A lot of people will go, well, it doesn't matter what I do, then does it? Yes, it does. Life's going to go on whether you are an idiot or you take some accountability.
Accountability.
How you want your life to move forward is up to you. As they used to say when I was growing up, jump up and be somebody.
Didn't your dad used to say that?
Yeah, he did.
Because Darren's dad had some very, very colorful ways of saying things, but there was often a point behind them.
My dad was the world's greatest drug philosopher.
But no, yeah. So, yeah, I guess what it's saying is think about, well, how do you want it to move on? Life will move on. There will be something after this. So don't think about don't think about the short term. Think about what comes after. The problems, the situations that you're dealing with now. And what do you want the ramifications of it, later on to be, and ask, is this something I can live with? Life moves on whether we're cowards or heroes. But okay, for B, and then Fane Star is open to a message from Anapu. But let's start with D. B, the secret to good friends is no secret to you. The secret to good friends is no secret to you. And it may be that you have some good friends, you just, haven't had a chance to really think about it and realize, oh, gee, I've got some cool peeps. But the secret to good friends is no secret to you.
Right.
And next should be, and then Fane Star asking for a message from Anapu. Other fun things you may not have known. We traditionally think of Anubis as the son of Osiris, but in some texts he is also referred to as the son of Ra. Now that could be in the sense that, Ra is kind of the father of all of the gods. But you could also have local variations.
That, and I think maybe, Roz, like the rest of us, has an urge to just look around and go, "What up, dog?"
If I could crank up Atomic Dog, I think I would. But anyway, Fane Star, you asked. And Anubis says, ask for advice, but use your own common sense. Wow. So Fane Star from Anubis, ask for advice, but use your own common sense.
Somebody believes in you, but he's not going to let you be lazy.
Okay. All right, and now next is oh yes, and thank you for the link to the Discord server. Hello, Kitsu Scholar. And let's see. Yeah, so Kyle Hinojosa and then Gabriel. Anything about my stepdad's upcoming surgery? They had to shift the dates to this upcoming week. Yeah, and I remember you telling us about that. So certainly. But let's go. Kyle Hinojosa. Kyle Hinojosa, a wise man knows everything, a shrewd one, everybody. A wise man knows everything, a shrewd one, everybody.
And be careful of both.
Yeah, well, there's value to be had in but it's kind of like that saying about it's not what you know but who. Depends on what you're going after,
right?
Because again, there's a value to being wise, but it's different from the value in having lots of connections. So that might be a advice to pay attention to both. A wise man knows everything, a shrewd one, everybody. And so now for Gabriel, and we're wanting some good news, some encouragement for stepdad. And we also will ask Anapu and Aset to look after your stepdad and help him to get through this, so that he can get back to spending time with loved ones. Wow. And it says, anyone who dares to be can never be weak.
You know what? That tells me one thing that should bring you great courage. If he wants to be here and do the work after the surgery to heal and make the changes he needs to make, whether that be completely independent or not, because you know what? He might make it through this, but he might, have a significant change in how he handles things. This is going to be about strength of character, not strength of body.
But the fortune says anyone who dares to be can never be weak. But then that sounds like the kind of message that they would give of, as long as he wants to be here, he'll be here. So just be brave. Everybody be strong, and you and your stepdad will get through this. And Solom's son asking for cookies from Set.
But he has to giggle and not be solemn. I'm joking.
Set. Wait, we have to ask you, Lord Set, to please go easy on us here in the Gulf Coast region when it comes to this hurricane, and give us rain, but not too much of the bad stuff. And Solom's son asks for some wisdom and input. Okay, this is interesting because Solom's son, you asked for a fortune from Set. And what we got here: avert misunderstanding by calm, poise, and balance. Now, what's funny about this is Set is telling you to be calm, be balanced, and be graceful.
Beware, the test is coming. This is not a theoretical thing. This is I'm about to you about to learn it. Brace up, dude.
Avert misunderstanding by calm, poise, and balance.
Brace up.
Yeah, well, it's always funny when Set gives a message like that because that's usually not his bag.
But occasionally he will go, whoa, hold up.
Well, it's just like yeah, I know this when I see it. Yeah, watch out for this. Trust me.
Yeah.
Watch out for this. Been there, done that.
Yeah. Cause that.
Yeah. So, Laurencia, Lauren, please join next year. And then we've got Love Deluxe from Discord. But first for Lauren. Lauren, a great person never ignores the simplicity of a child. A great person never ignores the simplicity of a child. And keep in mind that there's the story goes that when Isis was looking for the body of Osiris, she asked the children. The children knew where he was.
Of course.
And Isis being a good mom, she knew how to talk to the kids. So okay, so for Love Deluxe on Discord. So for Love Deluxe, you will become known for your generosity. You will become known for your generosity. And to give it, you have to have it to give. So that means that the first prerequisite is coming. So okay, let me catch up here. Let's see, and also for Sarcastic, and then Izzat from Pathood. And then we can kind of catch up a little bit. Let's see. Oh, cool! And Lakshmi's saying, I finally was able to buy a hoodie for the cold weather, and it has Anubis on the back. That's really cool. And I love it more because it's made by special needs people, and my mom was working in that same field. Oh, well, that's wonderful.
Where at?
Well, this I assume this is in India, and so I think we'd love to know more about
Sure would.
Yeah, what they're doing for people with special needs there. Because that's what Darren does for a living. So it's always great to know what other folks in other parts of the world.
And if I can ever have a chance to do something on a global level, I would do it in a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, I was so disappointed. The folks, because sometime before Darren started at the job that he's at, there was a delegation. There was like some folks from Egypt who were, meeting different organizations in the United States that deal with disabilities, trying to learn from them. And I want to know, well, who are those people? We could get in touch with them and we could see about, going to visit.
And unfortunately, they came just before they came.
Yeah, just before
my
you
organization,
started.
just before they let me go.
Oh yeah.
So I wasn't going to be able to participate with that.
Yeah, and it's just there's an opportunity missed then, but hopefully we'll get another one.
Yeah, we'll get another one.
Yeah, okay, get to travel and call it diplomacy, something cool like that. But okay, so for sarcastic, and then for Izzat. Oh, sarcastic, you have voicemail. The first one says, if you can't accept losing, you can't win. Now let's look at the second one. The smart thing to do is to start trusting your intuition. Wow. Sarcastic. Let me put these two together here. If you can't accept losing, you can't win. The smart thing to do is to start trusting your intuition.
Yeah, you start trusting your intuition, you'll stop losing.
But also you have to, don't play unless you can accept either outcome.
Yeah.
Don't go to the casinos now.
But there's something else to be said here. Trust your gut and stop expecting people to change the character they've always had. Stop doing the same thing and expecting different results.
Okay. And, okay, now for Izzat asking Hathor. Lend some words of wisdom. Izzat, enjoy life. It is better to be happy than wise. And this coming from, the lady of dance and music and happiness. And she says, enjoy life. It is better to be happy than wise.
You know what? I never would have understood that, but the older I get, I totally get it.
Well, there's a saying, and I don't remember it in like off the top of my head in its entirety, but it's attributed to Confucius, and it's about the ways to wisdom. There's imitation, which is the simplest. There's but the final way is through experience, which is the bitterest. So in that respect, yeah, being wise, well, you got to chew through some dirt to get to it. But Hathor is saying, don't focus on that so much. Enjoy life. So, okay. Well, let's see if we can catch up because we're about at an hour. Oh, okay, and there's another part to this where Lakshmi was saying it felt like it was a tribute to all of those people who worked on making that hoodie, and to her mom who had passed away. We're sorry that you lost your mom, but that really is a pretty. That's beautiful to think about. The jacket. That's great. Oh, and you posted a video about it. Well, we're definitely gonna have to go and check it out. So. And in the Partlow State School. Actually, saying my mom worked in the recreation department at the Partlow State School in the late '60s. That was back when it was still residential. Them, I guess we'd have to look that one up, but probably a school for people. You know,
Yeah.
of course, you went to a particular school for that too.
I did, and I don't advocate residential schools for any reason.
Yeah. But okay, well, if that's if anybody else has any other requests for cookies or for whatnot, I know Yamano, it's your turn for one, and then we'll wrap up and get everyone else. And also because it is a new moon, we'll read something for that and then kind of wrap things up. And for any folks that, because I know One Eye also honors Mesopotamian deities, and on their calendar, the last couple of days of the month leading up to, because their month starts on the first crescent, but the new moon especially is the time when you would light incense and make offerings for ancestors. So. Okay, Yamanu. You got the same thing. Enjoy life. It is better to be happy than wise.
Interesting.
And, could not have planned that. That's just how it came out of the basket.
Get over yourself.
It's time to, yes, let your hair out. And, I guess instead of what would Jesus do, this is what would Hathor do. So, all right. Hathor would say, hey, let's relax and have a party. All right. Okay. All right, and this is something that's adapted from chapter 135 of the Book of the Dead, but since there's something in the rubric for it that mentions the new moon, so that's why we read it here. Open clouds. The dimmed eye of Ra is covered, and Horus proceeds daily in joy, great of shape and weighty of power, to dispel the dimness of the eye with his fiery breath. Behold, O Ra, I have come sailing, for I am one of those four gods at the corners of the sky, and I show you he who is present by day. Make your rigging fast, for there is no opposition to you. Well, we could actually use the clouds and the rain. Hopefully that means, there won't be storms. It's nothing too severe. Hail unto you, Atum. Hail unto you, Capri. You come into being upon the primeval hill. You shine forth upon the shrine of the phoenix in Unu. You breathe out Shu and Tefnut. May the giving of these offerings endure, as the name of Atum, foremost of the great Enid, endures. May they endure, as the name of Shu, Lord of Upper Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Tefnut, Mistress of Lower Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Geb at the Earth's Ba endures. As the name of Nut in the Shrine of Shanit in Unu endures. As the name of Osu, Kentiamentiu endures. As the name of Aset in Nigeria endures. As the name of Sutek in Nubet endures. As the name of Horus in Pei endures. As the name of Wajit in Dep endures. As the name of Jehuti in Kamenu endures. As the name of Ra in the Akhet endures likewise for eternity. You've come in peace, O Ra. You've come in peace, O Anapu. You've come in peace, O Yanuchuru. May you go forth in peace, O Ra, O Anapu. May you go forth in peace, O Yanuchuru, to every place your immortal cause wish to be. May you sail in joy in the Manjet bark, and rest content in the Sektet bark. And may you smile upon us, your humble servants. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, sarcastic. Weird question. Know how to get a wood boring beetle out of a shrine?
Smoke it out.
Maybe, or like some alcohol. Maybe drip some alcohol or something in there.
I suppose you could, but
Hmm.
you could also take a big drag off of a joint.
Or are you serious? Well,
Yes.
or you know what? Or maybe like a lot of incense or something. I got a bark beetle and a branch I offered Horus as a perch.
Get rid of the branch.
Yeah, my that one may have to be replaced.
Get rid of the branch. Other branches grow every day. Better yet, go get some treated lumber, paint it up, and call it a perch.
Well, I don't know. I mean, if you're looking for something in the woods, just I wonder if putting it in a hot car, let it. There'd be some things you have to try. I don't know, but but anyway, one I did you catch where I had mentioned it's the new moon, so this is the time when you would be doing Kispim offerings for the dead in the Mesopotamian calendar. But for the new moon, do we do any purifications? Well, if you get into some of the magic lore, like from the Greek magical papyri, I know there are certain things that were done. I might have some notes about it in here. Then you would, if you were doing some magic or some divination, you would do some preparation along those lines. But for the new moon itself, mostly what we do is we just we have a like a little observance, or just offer and say a prayer for it. Because that's the start of the month on the Egyptian lunar calendar. But let me see if I happen to have it. This is let's see. Okay. Yeah, these are all things that I gleaned from the London Leiden Papyrus, which is part of the Greek magical papyri. Best times for divination would be the third or fourth day of the lunar month until the full moon, so during the waxing part. And if you're going to do divination on the full moon, you would purify for 3 days beforehand. And there's also a divination that apparently that they did using the Big Dipper, which is the shoulder constellation, the foreleg. But nothing mentioned specifically for the new moon. So hopefully that's the best I could answer, thumbing through my notes off the cuff.
Just make sure it's a moon, not a space station.
Okay. Oh goodness, poor one eye. My life is a hot chaos sandwich with a side I'm sorry to hear that. Now, and Gabriel, you're asking, is this community more veneration than working with the Netere? Well, more veneration than working magic. Although, when we're doing, pulling the cookies and stuff, we'll ask, the deity. So, there's, you kind of have to think of it as a continuum. Because you've got, on one end, you've got the folks that they're doing, work, so like magic work, and there's not much veneration at all. And then there's, I wouldn't say we're, completely the other way, but there's more of an emphasis on, on the veneration rituals, and magic is seen as kind of like that's an individual project. We'll share research because there's so much of it to have and to build, and it's great workshop material, but it's not like a major focus. So because you can do plenty of that on your own, and a lot of it is very personal anyway. So that's why we certainly with things like this, we're focused more on the veneration part. Hope that answers your question. And when I'm sorry to hear that you're having well, my life is better than it's ever been. A lot of struggles, but I'm free and safer than I've ever been. That's good.
Well, then appreciate the struggles, because that gives you a chance to refine your skills, my boy.
Yeah.
If you're freer and safer than you've ever been and still in a hot mess of crap, you'll get through it.
Okay, okay. I was hoping we could smash some group terracotta plates. LOL, maybe one day when we get together. Yeah, certainly. And actually smashing the terracotta stuff, when it comes to like the New Year's, yeah.
We'll be doing that on New Year's.
Oh, yeah.
We got some brand new shit for y'all this year.
Actually, yeah, look. Yesterday was the 4th of July, when lots of people in the United States go and spend an inordinate amount of money on fireworks. And what I do is I go and I buy stuff with an eye for what can I mess around and blow up tonight, and what can I save for later for a YouTube video or for ritual. And I actually we've tested those little snake things.
Right. Let's not talk about it much.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, I tested some things specifically for Egyptian New Year.
Everyone else celebrates. We do R&D.
We do. Yeah, we do research and development.
Yeah. We love you guys. Believe me, there's gunpowder in your future. Hang in there.
Yes.
And if you guys want to give super stickers for gunpowder, hey, that's fine too.
I believe what was it said? It's not an observance if something's not set on fire.
Oh, wow, I've done a lot of observing in my day.
Yeah. Now there's the doing stuff deliberately, and then there's I have been at other pagan rituals where the altar caught on fire.
Literally,
yes.
It exploded.
Yeah. But that was
the canned goods.
Yeah. That was we were not the ones running that ritual.
Yeah, it got a little saucy out there, but
terracotta flames as they're broken to the frost. Yeah. And actually, because that's part of like the opening of the mouth, and then casting out evil and stuff, and that's coming up. So, I guess for right now, everybody. Because I was like, wait, Kemetic practice involves smashing things? Well, hail's that. It's
called smash.
Well,
like an Egyptian.
Well, that's the one thing that the other pagans in the local area remembered about the rituals was that we set things on fire and smash things. Yeah, but
people only remember honest to God violence. It's
anyway. But guys,
it's for a good cause.
Yeah. All right. Well, either way, though, I'm glad you're here. And did you want a fortune before we sign off, or because we're about to wrap up.
If I were you, I'd pray for the second eye. It might be better.
Yeah, dude. So in my city, something in Mangalore. I was a clinical psychologist, assistant professor in a medical hospital.
Sweet.
Oh, wow, nice. Oh, see, Darren's a counselor.
I'm a licensed mental health professional.
Yeah. So. Yeah, so Darren, we're smashing things in the name of God. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is sarcastic. Okay. Well, let's do one for one eye real quick, and then we'll sign off.
Yes.
And I hope everybody has a good weekend and a good week. I hope everyone stays safe. Watch out for all this heat.
Yeah, but otherwise, we challenge you to have a good weekend.
Yes. All right, one eye. The simplification of life is one of the steps to inner peace. The simplification of life is one of the steps to inner peace. So, and if you're tired, I can totally appreciate that. It's been an exhausting week for me. I am not going to set an alarm for tomorrow. I'm going to go to sleep and wake up when I wake up. So, I invite others to join me in that endeavor.
I accept.
Yeah, and you know what? We didn't hear from Mary Dweppelwet. I hope she's doing all right this week. And you know, anyone else? Yeah, anyone else that wasn't able to join in, you know, we
love you. We miss you. Get your butt back here.
In the meantime, sending you virtual hugs. So
I'm sending real ones, cash on demand.
Oh, there you are, Mary Dweppelwet. Okay, my neighbor's thing is slightly odd, anyways. Okay, there you are. Several.
See.
Okay, yeah, because I see, I misread earlier. I thought it was married to Rob, but you know, yeah. Oh goodness, slept over my alarm again, hard day. Well, like I said, I totally understand it. It's been a long week. But glad you're here, and we love you, and hope to see you again next week. See you next week. We will start the Days Upon the Air soon. All righty. Thank you guys for being here. We love you.
Take care. Say cat time.